Hey, bro, look, if you are a homeowner, the video I'm about to show you could possibly put the fear of God in you for the simple fact it would be so unanticipated. It would be so left field. You couldn't even imagine no shit like this happening. But if it does happen, you got to be on it ASAP to fix the problem, bro. We're going to get straight into this video. But first, I need you to like it before you light it. Hit the sub before you hit the bud. Join the team before you hit the green. And don't forget to hype me up. Hype me up. I need that like a crackhead need a pipe. There's only 2 YouTubers in the whole world that do that. And I'm both of them. I ain't said that in a long time.
Don't ever plant bamboo next to your house, okay? Because this is what can happen. Yeah, that's what you think it is.
Oh no, y'all. Bamboo is starting to grow again. That is not good.
Crazy.
Like, so this grew like overnight. You see that?
How do we get rid of it? It just keeps going.
This is definitely the mother load.
The hell. They got mad at us and grew 17 more.
You'll never clear that.
Right,
You gotta
marking
excavate
the
that.
bamboo because it's growing at a stupid speed. So this is this morning.
Per my request. Again, this is not the solution to the problem, but
This is the type of problem you don't want, bro. You don't want these problems in your life. Man, bamboo is probably like the rats of the plant world. They produce so fast. They grow so fast. They just, whew, you don't want no problem with no bamboo, dog. I promise you.
Bamboo might seem like a good idea to plant in your yard, but it's a terrible idea, especially this kind, which is an invasive species of bamboo. So bamboo is so invasive, not only will it go under your driveway, it's going to go under the foundation of your house and through the floor. Yes, you will literally have bamboo shoots coming through the floor of your home, making it completely uninhabitable. Just like this, it'll completely take over. So a lot of people plant bamboo because it's beautiful, it's tall, it might provide shade or a privacy screening, but you don't want to do that. They do make a clumping bamboo, which you can control. Now, a clumping bamboo is completely different than the invasive, but I don't know if you've been driving around the South before. I live in North Carolina. You can see bamboo kind of everywhere, but I don't know if there's a place where this stuff doesn't grow, to be honest, because even in cold weather, bamboo will grow. So leave your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever seen anything like this?
You know what? I'm going to revise my statement, my analogy. Bamboo ain't like the rats of the plant world. This particular species of bamboo is more like a cockroach version of the plant world, bro. Now, if you are, let's say, a landlord or anyone who owns property for the sake of making money to cash flow, you're renting it out to someone, whatever, letting them occupy the space. The criminal implications of this invasive species of bamboo is crazy. Y'all got to hear this story right here.
Revenge on his landlord after being forced out of his rental home by planting 200 bamboo seeds inside and around the property. The man said his landlord raised his monthly rent from $1,100 to $1,600, blaming inflation. The tenant claimed he could not afford the new price and said the landlord also mocked him for being poor. With no way to stay, he decided to move out, but not before leaving behind a problem. Before leaving, the man spent 3 days drilling 200 small holes around the house, including the floors, walls, yard, and other hidden areas. He then placed bamboo seeds inside the holes and watered them. Soon after, he moved out and disappeared from the property. 3 weeks later, the man said he drove past the house to see what had happened. By then, many of the bamboo plants had already started growing fast. Some had pushed through the floors and walls, while others covered parts of the outside of the home. The house looked like it had been taken over by bamboo. People online are now debating the story. Some called it creative revenge, while others said it could lead to serious legal trouble and expensive damage. What do you think?
Now, in typical social media fashion, they always gonna have the non-believers and the naysayers, right? Fake. Unfortunately, it takes years for growing after being planted. Bamboo doesn't grow in 3 weeks. It takes whatever they said. I can't see it. But with that being said, you know, the internet ain't nothing but a skip, hop, and a jump. That's it. Now look what this says. Bamboo is the fastest growing plant on Earth, with some species rocketing skyward by up to 35 inches per day, or about 1.5 inches per hour during this peak growth season, while record-breaking species like the Japanese giant timber bamboo can grow nearly 47 inches in a single 24-hour period. A more typical garden variety adds 1 to 4 inches daily. 10 days growing at 4 inches, that's 40 inches. There are 12 inches in a foot. 12, 24, 36. In what? 10 days, you have a 36-inch plant growing in your damn property. Bro, y'all gotta chill, bro.
Don't ever plant bamboo next to your house, okay? Because this is what can happen. Yeah, that's what you think it is. That's an interior wall. Yep, and that's the exterior. Thankfully, it's all dead, but, yeah. Wouldn't recommend it.
Y'all saw all that damage? You better hope your man or yourself is a goddamn handyman and know how to do plumbing and any type of construction work, bro.
People are refusing to buy this house because of the neighbor who planted running bamboo years ago. It is almost impossible to remove and can cause serious damage underneath. And while it's spreading to their yard, it is mostly outside of their fence. But the problem is underneath, where the roots are starting to spread to the plumbing and foundation of the home. People are refusing.
Imagine that, dog. You can't fix it. It's just gonna keep coming back. Not about to copyright me to the person who planted bamboo. Look at this, dog. I would not want these problems in my life.
I planted bamboo that overrun my neighbor's property over a security light. The longer it's planned out, the better.
Yeah. You know I love a long con.
All right,
do.
here we go.
My girl loves a long con. If I were to ever.
Yeah.
If I were.
About 4 years ago, I used to live in a nice homeowners association in a small town in Texas and enjoyed having only one neighbor over my backyard fence. The plot was about 2 acres and the other side of the backyard butted up to a hayfield. The stars were beautiful at night because of virtually no light pollution. Until the neighbor decided to install an incredibly bright security light over their back porch aimed right at my back patio and bedroom windows. I tried to ignore it at first and put shades in the bedroom, but out on the patio it was like having a bright LED headlight in your face all night. I consulted the HOA about adding a privacy addition to my fence to increase its height, and they said no because it's already at the 8-foot max allowed height. They said there was nothing in the bylaws or whatever about bright lights, so there was nothing they could do. Diplomacy. So I hated for this to be the thing where we finally had a formal greeting after 3 years of back porch waves, but I walked over and rang the doorbell with $20. I politely explained how the light was causing the aforementioned nuisance and asked if there was any way I could convince him to point the light down or in a different direction, and even offered to buy him a case of beer, the $20, out of goodwill, and even a new motion sensing light. He seemed nice and agreed to point it down, but after waiting a month, nothing changed. I went back to have another polite conversation, and he said he had changed his mind and was going to leave it on every night and leave it pointed as is. Petty revenge. Needless to say, I was a bit upset that diplomacy failed and started figuring out how to win. If the military taught me anything, there's always ways to adapt and overcome. So I started researching fast-growing plants to create big privacy walls and reading through the HOA bylaws and city-state ordinances about what I could or couldn't plant and if there were any repercussions for encroachment across the property line. I quickly discovered running bamboo. Despite being very invasive, would grow super fast to make the neighbor's house and light disappear from view, there was nothing on the HOA state city books to prevent me from planting it or cause legal recourse if it spread and grew on his side of the fence. Only thing he could do was cut anything that grew on his side of the line. So I pulled the trigger and planted a bunch of golden bamboo, which grows and spreads crazy fast in Texas and grows up to 20 feet tall. I didn't care if it took over the fence line because his house is 15 feet from the fence, while mine was 50 yards away, so I planted a bunch right against the fence and only put root barrier on my side to prevent it spreading into my yard. Within 6 months, his house and light were gone from view, replaced by a pretty bamboo jungle row at the edge of my yard. Within 1 year, he complained it was growing into his yard via mailed letters. They went right into the trash with no response. He rang my doorbell once and I looked at him through the window, but just didn't answer the door. I unexpectedly sold the house and moved 2 years after planting for a career opportunity. It's been 2 years since I sold, and I just checked the property on Google Earth, and his entire backyard is bamboo. I planted bamboo.
The criminal implications to this shit is wild. But I definitely enjoyed that because some people don't respond to politeness, man. Sometimes you gotta do something to somebody to get them to stop messing with you or to leave you alone. You know, whatever, bro. Some people just don't understand democracy. You have to be violent with them. You have to finesse them. You have to do something to certain people. And in this case, he did it. Shout out to that man.
We bought this 1984 contemporary postmodern house about 4 months ago. But what came with it was something we were not expecting: the bamboo.
I bet you one thing, the homeowners, the builder, whoever it was who had to transfer the sale, they made sure that you didn't know they had bamboo on the property. I know they did, because that is not a selling point at this point.
So now every morning we make our coffee and we get ready for the bamboo hunt. We walk out in the yard and look for fresh shoots because this stuff grows fast.
You better sell this house.
Some are tiny and easy to miss. Some pop up already huge. And if you don't catch them early, they'll harden fast and become a lot harder to remove. Today, I'm the finder. Mark is on removal duty.
There's a dong over there.
Oh my God. And today alone, we found over 30 new shoots.
Bro, I couldn't do that for the rest of my...
Apparently, owning your own dream home comes with unexpected side quests.
Easily kicked over, but I like to uproot them some.
If you guys have any suggestions on how we can control this bamboo, let us know. We bought this
I ain't got no suggestions. The only suggestion I would say is sell that house and get ahead of this thing before it's too late. That's what I would say. There is no way I would have bought this house knowing that they had that type of bamboo on the property, because I'm not about to be picking up 30 shoots of bamboo every single day. That's hard, laborious work right there, bro. We trying to get away from that kind of lifestyle at this point, bro. That's a nice looking house, though. Got a little look to it, a little vibe.
But went and planted bamboo next to their neighbors. They ain't shit. First of all, you don't even really see bamboo in New York unless it's at the zoo. But look at this. They ain't right for this. They is not right for this. I just know they're pissed off. And then it's the one bamboo right here for me.
Yeah, man, that neighbor would have to see me. Boy, it's gonna be some furniture movement around that mother.
So our neighbors decided it would be a really good idea to plant running bamboo in the ground by the fence. For their tiki theme, of course. What makes this even better is that I know that they know that I know that they know. So it's quite an awkward issue. But look at this mess. Wow.
Oh, this gotta put the fear of God in you, bro. What if your neighbor hates you and come across this video and get a bright idea?
It's currently 12:04 and I will be staying outside removing this bamboo until it's done. Wish me luck.
I mean, what's the other option? What's the other alternative? You gonna just leave it there and let it mess over your house? Man, she gonna have to do this all the time. Man, that's crazy.
That's so crazy.
Oh no, y'all. Bamboo is starting to grow again. That is not good. Oh crap. We're gonna have a rough one this. I want to see how tall bamboo will get in 1 week if you don't cut it. Look how tall this is. Brother, look at the roots.
Right, we're marking the bamboo because it's growing at a stupid speed. So this is this morning. You see that notch there was yesterday afternoon.
I ain't never seen nothing like this.
We just bought this house 3 months ago, and the previous owners did a great job at making sure that we had no idea about this massive problem in the front and side yard of our house.
Now, I got a question about that. If obviously bamboo has been growing on the property and you don't disclose that to the people who are buying it, can they come back and hold you accountable legally for that?
Golden bamboo's root systems can get so vast, they will choke out everything else around it. Plus, it can ruin the foundation of your house.
Look at that going all the way up inside the house.
If like people already got enough on their plate as it is, now they got to deal with this.
We had to dig the roots out from between our Japanese maple tree's roots.
Yeah, people who plant these type of shit are kind of like the Joker. They just want to see the world burn.
Neighbors, invasive bamboo has ruined our backyard and may be damaging our property. Legally, how responsible are they to help fix it? Well, this is an interesting one because it takes different facets of the law. One is the invasive bamboo in this particular area somehow not allowed by an ordinance or a code in this particular area? Because if there's a violation of the code, that's something that you can address with the city. Otherwise, there is something called trespass to property that this would qualify for. If an invasive plant or even something like a tree that is overhanging a fence, then you could take certain actions in order to prevent further damage to your property. Now, you're not able to cut down the entire tree because that would be destroying someone else's property. So if this invasive bamboo, going back to the Redditor's question, is causing some type of safety hazard to your property, then you can take legal action. So first, engage in a friendly conversation with your neighbor. And then if that doesn't work, consult your favorite attorney. Neighbors.
Okay, y'all gotta excuse me. I just kind of got into some quick, comfortable clothes. But landscape people that, I don't know what it's called, but I need help, okay? This is my backyard. Now, I know it may seem like it's nothing. I moved in this house in June, okay? And I kid you not, you couldn't see any of this, okay? If I can just go back here, you could only see this tree, but it was filled up with a lot of bamboo, okay? And then my brother had come back and, he, by hand, moved a lot of the bamboo trees. And then my father, he sent someone, and y'all, listen, that man chopped down all that stuff back there. And guess what, for $100, I had to give him a little bit more because that was crazy. Okay, but I want y'all to really see, like, this summer, this spring, I want y'all to be in my yard, y'all. Like, but let me show y'all why it's low-key dangerous back here. Okay, what we're standing on here is just a bunch of hay. So this is like a bunch of hay, right? All right, now, if you go further, I know y'all see the bamboos are trying to come back up. Like, the yard has a lot of these coming up. These are what was standing tall and long in my yard all this time. But if you look a little bit closer, y'all see those roots? You see those roots? You see how long and big that thing is? It's all throughout the yard. And it's dangerous because, see, 1, 2, if you look all over, they're all back here. See that? They're all back here. They're all over the place. And they got to go. See? There's one right there. Let me zoom out. Y'all see that? They're everywhere and they're dangerous. Bro, if I'm walking back here and I mistakenly, like, just trip, and look how rock solid this thing is. They barely moving. These are all throughout the yard. I've never seen nothing like this before.
I saw ones with spikes on them in early videos.
There's a whole group of them just sitting right there getting ready.
Like homemade bamboo shanks.
these were like cut down. These little the slimmer ones, but you see that big one standing out of the ground? Look at that one. You know, look all back there. Let's go zoom in a little bit.
This is wild, bro.
Look all that.
This is wild.
Just out the ground. They gotta go. How? Where? Where do I start? Help me. Okay? They're everywhere. This is the whole backyard.
That's a lot of backyard, bro. You don't get that type of shit.
For some reason, they're not up there. Okay? They're not up there. But they are all back here. They got to go. I don't want it. They got to go. And I do whatever I can to get rid of them because I definitely see myself coming out here, getting in the yard, growing things. That was always my dream. That's the biggest reason why I wanted my own home, so I could just, grow vegetation, grow my own produce. So if you're in the Atlanta area, you know somebody that can do it, somebody that could point me to the right direction, please help me out, because they gotta go. It looked good because it's not like it was, so y'all should see what it was like. Let me go into the side of the yard. Look at this. Now, I don't go down there because, as you can see, it's a little hill. I don't know what. I ain't trying to run into nobody. No spiders or nothing. But look at down there. It's like they more taller there. Those wasn't like that when the man cut them down the first time. Okay, look at that. They gotta go. It's taking over the yard. Like, this my yard. And if y'all not, using services of nobody, what are y'all doing actively to get them out your yard?
That's sad, bro. They need to allow you to live in a property for like a month before you buy it. Because I guarantee you're going to figure out something about that house that's going to turn you off, and you're going to want it fixed, changed, exchanged, remedied, whatever the case is, dog. I've never moved into any place and there wasn't something about it that was weird, something that malfunctioned, something that didn't just sit right with me, bro. And had I caught it, I probably would have asked them to do something about it before I pulled the trigger. Man, that home inspection shit, man, bro, they miss shit, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope you ain't dealing with no running bamboo, and I hope you don't have to deal with it, because that's some bullshit.